Good evening, everyone. I think I first met Nina about 3 years ago when she was doing some photography for the Mayor's Unity Breakfast. I remember seeing her just sitting on the side, very quiet, as most photographers are. I came up to her because I was part of the organizing committee and talked to her, and said, hey, why don't you come have a seat, enjoy yourself for a little bit. But she was just very quiet, very humble, very workmanlike. She was like, no, I need to be over here enjoying myself and doing what I do. And it's for what she does that we're recognizing her tonight. Nina's passion is photography, and after many years of serving in the city, in a variety of ways, she turned her attention to creating the photojournalism project that is Living Legends. Living Legends creates an enduring artistic record of people whose vision and dedication make a positive, tangible effect to the quality of life in Alexandria. Now, most of you are familiar with the Living Legends project, which has now been going on long enough to name many of our friends in the city as legends, many of the people in this room. These are the types of people who don't seek recognition for their good works and are actually very shy about being named a legend. Therefore, I won't point them out tonight, but I want you to know that at each and every table, or almost every table, as I'm told, there is seated with you one or more Alexandria Living Legends. Now, have you guessed who the living legend is at your table? Oh, well, good for you. As Nina told me while we were sitting together, it's not too late to nominate a living legend for this year. The deadline is November 15th, so it is coming up fast. And you can see her, or she said there's a table outside where you can get details on how to nominate somebody for that process. So I'm proud to present the 2011 Marian Van Landingham Lifetime Service Award to Nina Tisara.
John, you did such a good job. Maybe I could just sit down now and go back to the camera. Yes, it is true. I am much happier behind a camera than behind a microphone. I do really appreciate this honor from Volunteer Alexandria. You guys did a good job, and I appreciate it. I know what kind of work it is to put this together. Thank you very much. Lifetime Service Award. It is kind of daunting to think of a Lifetime Service Award. I thought, is this it? Do I put my feet up now and and stop? I don't think so. I was interviewed recently, and I told the interviewer, that's not what I have in mind. When I leave this world, I want to be all used up. I want to be like the tube of paint that I had as a young art student, my favorite tube of paint when I couldn't afford to buy another one, and I would squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it until the last drop was out. That's what I want for myself. Receiving this award, though, this lifetime service, did make me think about the lifetime and how I got here. I studied painting at the High School of Music and Art in New York City. And in my senior year, I saw an exhibit at the Museum of Modern Art. It was called The Family of Man, and it was curated by Edward Steichen. And in the catalog, in his prologue in the catalog, he said that the purpose of the exhibit was to be a mirror, to show that we are one family of man. I think as I looked at those photographs of people in all different countries celebrating weddings, having dinners together, having end-of-life services together, I realized that that was what I wanted to do. I still believe that we are one family of men, that the differences between us are very, very small compared to the things that bind us together, that we are in the end one family of time and space on a very fragile little blue planet. That notion has informed my photography, and it is the basis for Living Legends of Alexandria. So how did I get to be from that high school student to here? I was a single mom, and I thought I needed a degree to support myself and my kids. So I enrolled at Northern Virginia Community College while I was working full-time. And I took a class a quarter at night. And I did really well until I took economics. I needed a math class, and I thought economics would be easy, and it wasn't for me. So to reward myself for passing that class, I took a photography class. Why photography? Well, I had worked for the Air Force in their official Air Force library, so I knew a little bit about photography, and I thought it would be something that would be fun to do. And in the darkroom, one of my darkroom companions told me that she thought that the Port Packet was short a photographer. So I gathered up all my courage, and I went to see the editor, who was Jim Goldsmith, a legend in his time. And I brought him my portfolio of photographs. They were portraits of plants that I took at the Botanical Gardens. And Jim looked through his Coke bottle thick glasses, and he said, these are really nice pictures. Can you photograph anything that moves more quickly than a plant growing? He reached into his bottom desk drawer and he took out 2 rolls of film, Tri-X, because we shot film, black and white. He said, let me see what you can do. The next week, a photograph of a crowd shot at Market Square for the city's birthday appeared on the front page of the packet, and I was hooked. I wanted to become a photographer. I quit my job that supported me and the kids, and I said, I'm going to do photography. Well, working for the paper put me in touch with all the people that I would need to know to launch that career. So fast forward to Living Legends. As you've heard, it's an ongoing project to identify and honor and tell the stories of the people who are our current history makers. The idea came to me when within a couple of weeks, the city came to me and the Gazette packet came to me looking for pictures of people who had died. They thought they would be in the Tisara archives, and they weren't. And I thought, well, this is something that can be changed. We can take these pictures while people are still alive. Recently, I came across a letter that I wrote to Jerry Vernon, the publisher of the Gazette. It was just over 5 years ago. It was in September of 2006. And I said, Jerry, I have this germ of an idea. How about if the Gazette published a feature story a month about somebody who was doing something special in Alexandria? The reason we've been selecting 12 legends a year is because we were doing one a month. It made a lot of sense. I said that I wanted to include many areas: arts, business, community leaders, religious leaders, volunteers, community activists. I'm happy to stand here and tell you that this is being done. The features are published regularly in the Gazette packet, and we have now 3 additional media sponsors: the Alexandria Times, Local Kicks, and just recently, the Zebra. I suggested that the photographs could be exhibited in various places. I said the Beatley Library, the Durant Center, City Hall. It's being done. We also have those photographs now in the Market Square lobby of City Hall. We've exhibited at the Tyler Gallery at Northern Virginia Community College, at the Delray Artisans Gallery, St. Elmo's Coffee Pub, and right now the photographs are up at Prudential Penn Fed on North Washington Street. I suggested having a reception where the legends could be introduced to the community. There is now a Meet the Legend reception annually. Last year, over 270 people came to that reception. Mark on your calendars, March 22nd of 2012 for the next reception. It will be again at the Patent and Trademark Office. The Gazette Packet was an early financial sponsor and the founding media sponsor. It continues to serve as a media sponsor. The Rotary Club of Alexandria initially stepped in the role of administrative sponsor and continues now as a financial sponsor. Living Legends would not have gotten off the ground without the help of the Gazette Packet and the Rotary Club of Alexandria, and I thank you. We're now a nonprofit on our own. We have a really impressive and hardworking board of directors. I know a few of the folks are here today. Rose Gentile is our president, Jane Hess, who you've met a few minutes ago, Steve Wharton, and Joe Schumard was supposed to be here, but there was an illness in the family, and I don't think he made it. The goal of Living Legends from the beginning, and continues now, is to be an artistic resource that will tell the stories and inspire others. We're now in our 5th year. We've told the stories of 124 extraordinary people. The catalogs are available at the Alexandria Library. They've been accessioned by the Library of Virginia in Richmond, and they're now in the U.S. Library of Congress. We inaugurated a new program called Family Legends of Alexandria. We've just finished the first workshop. The next one is waiting in the wings. We've had early conversations about a new possible category called Legends in the Making. You'll be hearing more about that. We've also just started a program where the legend portraits will be shown at performing arts events, so that we'll be collaborating with performing arts organizations. Even my board doesn't know this yet. But in February at the Alexandria Symphony Concert, we'll be showing the legend portraits. Lots of work in these 5 years. So those of us who volunteer know that we do not work alone. When we volunteer not only ourselves, but our family, our friends, and our business associates. They need to pick up where we drop balls. I am profoundly grateful to my children, my 4 beautiful children, and for my friends. My friends have been drafted into service to do things like write the legend stories, to edit the catalog, and for some mundane things like tending bar and bussing tables. And one friend came tonight to do my makeup because I got a C- in dressing like a girl. So yeah, there's still time to nominate a legend for 2012. There are some cards out on the hall. There is always time for you to give your time and your treasure to Living Legends. And in closing, the words that inspired me from when I was a young person and still continue to inspire me is the serenity prayer. It's like, God, give me the serenity to endure what must be endured, and the courage to change what must be changed, and the wisdom to know the difference. In this room, there are people who are working really hard to change what must be changed, and I am really, really glad to be working with you So thank you again. It's a huge honor. I really appreciate being here with you.